Hey everyone, hello and welcome, TonyBing again here. So I've had another request from Friend Style on YouTube to have a look at Antman. So we'll run through his skills. Not a great deal has changed. He's got one new skill that I can see, and he's got a modifier on one of his existing skills that makes the area effect bigger, but other than that he's very similar to live. So let's look at the first section enemy, and that would be Particle Brawling. Now with this particular tree, it's largely just really melee skills that are in it. So we're looking at the first one, which is your basic melee attack, Shrinking Strike, and that gives you 12 spirit on hit, it restores. Then you have his melee spender, which is Tiny Takedown, and we're following that up with Can't Catch Me, which is just his melee move, and when he uses it he'll shrink away down. And then you have Bouncing Bullet. This operates the same as it would on live. The more enemies it will bounce off them. And then we have Inch High Goodbye, which is still an execute there. And the Definite Particle, this has changed, I'm pretty sure. It's still a steroid, but what it does is different. Now it's saying the buff effect is Ant's critical hit chance goes up by 15%. So for me it's not great. I'm pretty sure it was a lot better on live. The next skill we're looking at is Bioelectric Blast. This has still got the weaken in it, and you can spam that there. And then his new skill is Little Car Throw, so I'll fire that off so you can see it. Throw a car that stuns and deals massive damage to all enemies in the area. Let's throw that at this guy over here. There we go. It's quite nice. The animation's so quick it's hard to see the fact that he's throwing like a tiny car and making it big, but let's actually show it one more time because the cooldown's down already. There we go there. That's nice enough. And then we have What Was That, which is your stealth, and then you have Bigfoot Sighting, which is just your signature, and that just works the same as it would. It's restoring spirit and it's giving you bonus health, and it's got a buff duration on it as well. So the next tier we'll be looking at is Insect Constructs, and that's largely based around using ants, so let's have a look at that. So the first skill we look at here is Friends in Low Places. Now with this one it summons up to 10,000 ants. That's the max amount you can summon, cooldown 15 seconds on it. And then you have Red Hots, which is your vulnerability there as well. And then we've got Fistful of Ants. And following that up we have Drone Strike, which is a slow, and you can place that in a maximum of 3 different areas. And then we have Ant Decoy, which is summoning a kind of decoy of you that looks like ants. It's quite interesting. Whether or not we have enough bar space for skills like that, I don't know, but it is quite nice, the idea of having that. And then we've got For the Colony, and then finally you've got Wall of Ants there, and that just creates a wall to stop projectiles and blocks enemies' path, and so that could be quite useful as well there. But very simple, that section, not a lot in it and not a lot to discuss. So let's now have a look at talents and traits. So first up we'll look at the traits. Now for his offensive trait you have Think Small, so that's actually really different. It's base damage 20% to enemies not targeting to you. Very situational, but in the situations when you can gain advantage it's actually a really quite nice buff there. The archetype is Savant, and that is doing damage for speed and intelligence, or at least you get the bonus damage from speed and intelligence. And then defensive trait you've got Close Make the Man, so it's dodge chance 3%. The archetype is Nimble, which gives you a bonus multiplier to deflect and dodge, and then he's got the usual 8% damage reduction on melee attacks as well there. Now we then have, for his resource, you've got Ants, and you summon 1,000 ants when you hit with a non-ant power, and they're doing a dot there as well, and they stay up for 45 seconds, and the maximum amount of ants is 10,000. So for the talents, talent line number 1, we have Death by 1,000 Bites. So Tiny Takedown, this skill here, that gains a bleed, and the ant's cost of it is actually 1,000, and the cooldown on it is 3 seconds, but the duration is 4 seconds. So as long as you're generating ants, then you've got the full bleed on that skill there. Next up we have Set Them Up, Knock Them Down. So Tiny Takedown deals 30% more damage against enemies affected by Red Hots and Drone Strike, so that's these two skills here, and the area power damage is 10% as well. And then we have Art of the Swarm. So with this, Tiny Takedown summons 10,000 ants. If you have less than 4,000 ants, cooldown 12 seconds. So with this, if you don't want to worry about the ant management, just select this particular skill here. And we then have Jerk Seeking Missile, which is quite a funny name. So Bouncing Bullet deals 100% more damage and hits up to 10 enemies. Additional effect, the cooldown is increased by 6 seconds, but it also applies guarded as well. Seems a bit strange to have the guarded buff added on to that, but I'm not really going to complain about having buffs added on to skills. It's not taking away anything. And we have their ant food, so with this, enemies take 20% more damage from ant powers for 6 seconds when you hit with a non-ant power. That's for the kind of hybrid melee ant builds. And then you have wall of bites, so wall of ants, a skill down here. With that, it gains the following effects. It's gaining a dot for 6 seconds and it costs 4,000 ants. Now, for talent line number 3, we have Paralysing Venom. So Red Hots, which is this one here, yep, that gains the following effects. Stun duration 1 second and it becomes irresistible as well. And then Large Drone Strike, this is the one I was talking about in the first section, it increases the radius. So Drone Strike, area of effect, plus 50%. I'll activate it so you can see it. I need to actually go in and generate some ants first. There we go, then we'll pull back so you can see it. The area of effect is huge now. There we go. Quite nice. I do like kind of talents like that. They're pretty simple. They'd probably be better as a mega effects, I imagine, but I still do quite like them. Next up in this particular tree anyway, we have Ant Trap. I have no idea what this does. It says explosion, physical damage, duration 5 seconds, but I've had a look and I really can't see what particular skill it's buffing. So if you know, please let me know in the comments section. Now for line number 4, we have 1-2 punch. So Fistful of Ants, which is, let's see, this one. So many different skills. Where is it? What's Fistful of Ants? Oh, of course, sorry, it's this one here. With that, it deals 100% more damage if used within 4 seconds of Inch High Goodbye. Inch High Goodbye is this one here. That's the one I got confused with a moment ago. And then next up you've got the Particles Must Flow. So the definite particle gains the following effects: bonus damage 25% for shrink powers. So I think that's taking it back a little bit to how the steroid was on live. And then finally in this talent line we have Tanker Throw. So Little Car Throw transforms into Tanker Throw. Tanker Throw deals additional damage over time. I'll show you that. It's a massive explosion. It looks really nice. There we go. Huge explosion. That's pretty good. It's nice to see a new skill, and it's nice to see the new skill then get a modifier on it as well. So for the 5th talent line we have Tiny Punch Huge Dent. So when you hit with a shrink power you regenerate 365 health. And then Helping Mandibles, which is ant powers now return 2% of your maximum spirit per 1,000 and spent. And then finally Ants for Days. So ant powers have a 15% chance to not spend ants. So there we go. All very simple. The new skill's nice. I do like the little car throw, and I like the extra kind of area we have in Drone Strike. But other than that, he's very similar to live. So simple enough video, and I'll see you guys. Who's going to be next? I don't actually know. I've got so many to do. I think I still have about 40 to do, unfortunately. So I might just pick a random one. But I'll see you all again soon.